Stay tuned for the biggest fish, the hottest bites, this week here on In-Depth Outdoors. With James Holst.
Look at that. Wow, is that an incredible fish?
And the rest of the IDO fishing team. We're headed to the best fisheries across the upper Midwest and Canada. We'll fish longer, explore unfished bodies of water, and go further off the beaten path in search of the hottest bites in fresh water. With Pat McSherry.
All right, what a fish.
And Andy Fiocca.
Wow. Look at the colors on this fish.
This is In-Depth Outdoors.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of In-Depth Outdoors. I'm James Holst. Now on today's episode, we head to Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin to fish on the Mississippi River with Dave Koonce and PJ Vick. Now this is a huge body of water. Of course, all that moving water really complicates accessing these fish at certain times of the year. Now, for the last couple of years, Dave Koonce has been telling me I needed to come down to this area to really see how outstanding this perch bite could really be. So that's what's gonna happen this week. We were waiting for a small break in the cold weather. Dave kept telling me all we need is just a little bit of warmth and these fish will really fire up, and that's what we saw on today's show. 50-degree weather, it was beautiful out there on the ice, and we were able to get in on an incredible ice bite. Now the second part of the story is how we were able to get to those fish. As I've already mentioned, that moving water, the Mississippi River, can make accessing these fish rather difficult. Now I've taken four-wheelers, lots of miles in the snowmobiles, but I've never flown to an ice fishing spot before, and that's what we did today, about 4 inches above the ice. So stick around, I know you're gonna love today's show.
That's awesome. Koonce and I agreed that we're starting a new website called pjsabigmeanie.com. Sending me pictures like that.
Just tormenting.
It was the longest 20 minutes of my life.
I believe that. And he goes, PJ's been sending me pictures of these big slob perch. I'm like, what? You're a meanie, Mr. PJ.
Oh, there he is. Come on, fish. My first one of the day here. Get that deucer out of there. All right. Nice guy. Number 3 rip and wrap there, green UV. He was going nowhere. Slurp that up. Been here just a few minutes. I've had 3 opportunities, and this is the first one I've put on the ice. I've had 2 other perch come through and just wallop the bait. I didn't hook up. I'm starting to feel cursed.
Well done, bud.
Nice.
The perch did most of the work on this one, trust me.
That perch looks good on you.
Thank you. So what we got going on here, we're fishing the Mississippi River with Dave Koonce, PJ Vick. I'll let that guy go. We're on the Mississippi River, and we're off of the main channel. And what we're doing is we're fishing a huge, shallow flat that is almost impossible to access unless you've got the hovercraft. Now, the areas we're targeting here, I mean, this huge shallow flat, if you look over to my shoulder, this flat runs all the way to those hills. It's a huge area. So you're looking for areas of really light current and some depth. A lot of this flat is very shallow. And like I said, the issue most of the time is you just can't get here. And for as long as I've known Dave Koonce, over 20 years now, he's been talking about wanting to have a hovercraft so he could get out here and access these phenomenal bites in the winter, and now it's a reality.
There we go. Oh. Look at that fatty. Holy moly. Just a beautiful Mississippi River perch. Love these things. That never gets old.
So what's the biggest perch you've caught out of here?
Just over 15 inches.
The potential is here.
I just got pounded again and missed him. There he is. Exact same fish. I missed the first time. That's a chubby buddy right there.
Andy, James.
Obviously, I haven't switched baits. That's at number 3 green UV Rip and Wrap, and they are inhaling them. My best fish of the day. Of course, it's only my second fish of the day. That's a dandy. Wow. Gonna have to go in there and fetch a little bit. Fish won't be any worse for the wear, though. There we go. Perch candy right there. That's a nice perch. That could be my big one of the day, Dave?
No, that won't be your big one for the day.
I love your confidence. That is a nice fish. Love these river perch. I mean, the fins are just fluorescent orange. Super cool. Back you go. That fish followed me up about 3 foot off the bottom, and we're only fishing in about 4.5 foot of water here. Cracked it and just circled right back down and went, one more time, please.
Thank you, James. May I have another?
Yes, you may. I'm just here to exercise them.
Make your next day on the water even better with Airwave Pedestal. The only air suspension system that can be custom adjusted to the weight of the rider. No unreliable springs, no oil-filled shocks to leak. Our patented design utilizes a 2-stage suspension system to smooth out the roughest ride, while limiting travel to an industry-leading 2 inches. This boating season, enjoy your time on the water to the fullest. Find out how at airwavepedestal.com. From the first time you pick up a tuned-up custom rod, you'll know you're holding something special. A rod not mass-produced, but built one at a time by the hands of gifted craftsmen. Rods like the Precision, ice fishing's most versatile multi-species rod, or the Precision Noodle with a tip so sensitive you'll never fish a spring bobber again. And the Commander, the rod that's never met a big fish it couldn't best. Tuned-up custom rods. Ice rods handcrafted for you and the way you fish. This winter, set a trap for your next trophy with iFish Pro. Ideal for all species, iFish Pro is an innovative fishing system that allows an angler to use their favorite rod and reel instead of trying to manage the fish hand over hand.
There's a flag right there.
Complete your ice fishing arsenal with iFish Pro, tactical ice gear that puts the fight back into tip-up fishing.
Look at that.
Find iFish Pro online at ifishpro.com or at your favorite sporting goods retailer.
There we go.
Attaboy, Mr. Koonce.
You know, James, I tied on that number 3 Rip and Wrap. I went with plain Fire Tiger. He just crushed it. Just absolutely crushed it. He's got a T-bone sideways in his mouth. There we go. Oh, that just popped right out. Nice. Oh, what a good little girl.
There he is. Koonce, they're all really nice. Look at this guy. That is a nice, thick perch. I don't think he's any bigger than that one I had earlier, but I like them. They are so fat. This is going to be one of my best days on the ice of the season. I can tell it already. But you got that right in the corner. That is a dandy river perch. Yet they get a lot bigger. Super fun so far, Mr. Koonce. Thanks for the magic carpet ride out here. I appreciate it. I may not change baits all day long. But when they decide to eat it, they literally take it all the way up to the eyes.
Munch.
That's about all you see right there. That part just sticking right out of the mouth of that perch. Yeah, when they take it like that, you're definitely not going to lose them.
Here we go. Here we go. There he is. Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
I got one too, Koonce.
Doubles?
Oh, yeah. Come here, you. Look at this thing.
What you got there, bud? Oh, look at that.
I got a sumo, sir.
Is that a pair?
That is a pair. God, they're just awesome. I thought you said this was gonna be fun.
I'm sorry if I'm disappointing.
Whoops.
My gosh, I just get giddy when it comes to this kind of fishing.
Wow, you get kind of, this is special.
Yes.
It's cool to see your plan come together because you've been working on this deal, and I don't mean this bite. I mean just the hovercraft and all that for a long time.
I found a lot of places that aren't any good.
That's the way fishing goes.
Yep.
You don't mind if I drop that in there, do you?
Let's do a double.
See you later. They just formed a school. That's awesome. I'm up in 2.8 foot of water back there. I'm right on the edge.
Nice.
Nice fish, guys.
Thanks,
Dandies.
BJ. You're up, dude.
I think it's my turn for
You're
a
up,
giant.
dude.
I suppose these perch work up and down into these little weed flats where all the bait's at, huh? Throughout the day. Up and down, back down the deeper water.
Yeah, I think just chasing those minnows around.
Ooh. Ooh. I think we got a slob here. Oh, he's stuck on the bottom of the ice.
You got another one?
Oh, we got a giant here. Wow.
Oh,
That is what this is all about. Holy cow.
attaboy.
Let me see that thing.
That perch is all of 15 inches.
Smoke,
is
dude.
This, buddy, is why we come out and get off the
Look
beaten
at
path.
that. Nice.
I'm gonna go catch one. I can't stand here.
Holy moly.
Unbelievable. Let's check
Let's
out
see what
this
that-
pig here. Wowza. Might go off the end of the bump board almost.
Whoa, dude.
That is almost 15 and a half.
Nice.
15 and 3/8.
PJ, I might need a new bump board. A little longer.
You might need a bigger one next time. All right, 15 and 3/8. That is a Mississippi River giant. And she's gonna get a chance to get bigger yet. There she goes. Back to see another day.
PJ, that one's gonna be hard to beat, buddy.
That is gonna be hard to beat. But I'm up for the challenge.
Right.
Absolutely awesome.
The Lithium Shuttle, only from Markham Technologies. Okuma Fishing Tackle offers a complete lineup of reels for the die-hard ice angler. The Okuma Samar 10 and Inspira 20 are a perfect match with your favorite panfish or walleye ice fishing rod. Both feature a long stem handle that fits comfortably in a gloved hand. Cyclonic flow rotor technology that throws water off the reel to minimize ice buildup. And a drag system optimized for use in extreme conditions. Everywhere, every day, every fish. Okuma Fishing Tackle is inspired fishing.
At Aluma, we make the longest lasting, most dependable enclosed trailers on the road today. By building quality our competition just can't match. Our all aluminum construction gives you a heavy duty but lightweight trailer that can handle your tough hauls. Aluma trailers are engineered for ease of use with you in mind. All backed by our unbeatable 5-year warranty. Work or play, get there. With Aluma, we're in it for the long haul.
Proving yet again that the best never rest, Otter introduces Otter Thermal Tech, the proprietary full thermal shell found on every Otter shelter. Beginning with the all-new XTH hub shelters and the all-new lightweight one-man XT hideout, on up to the ever-popular XT and XT Pro Series shelters that have earned a near-legendary reputation for unmatched toughness and durability. At Otter, we know stopping at good enough is way overrated. This ice season, see for yourself how the best just keep getting better.
Flag behind you.
Look at that. I want more of that.
Here's another one. Ooh, hey, this one definitely feels better. Ooh, hey, iFish Pro. There he comes. Had the line stuck in the, ooh, yeah, it's a decent fish. There you go. I got one here. PJ's chasing one over there. This is a bite. A lull today has been about 2 minutes. Ugh, got a face full. And they're just charging up. We're in 4.2 feet of water in this hole under my transducer. There you go. Decent fish. I'll fire him back. What you got working over there?
I missed him, James.
Oh, no. We're in 4.2 foot of water here, and these fish will come 2-3 feet up off the bottom. So they're right below the ice. He's at the hook, and a lot of times they're just right there at the hole already.
There goes the other one.
Tell you what, having these iFish Pros out midday, they've been keeping us busy. Oh, that feels like a good one. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good perch. I haven't seen him yet, but it's gotta be a perch, right? Oh, look at this thing. Barely fits out of the hole. I don't know what they eat. We've got a few guesses. They just eat a lot of it. That is a thick, thick fish. All right, gonna go in and get that shiner back. Not that we're gonna be able to reuse them. Here midday, what we're noticing is we're setting these iFish Pros real light. I'll show you how to do that after I let this fish go. And these fish, they're not running with the baits necessarily. It's hard to get in there and get the hook out. Hooked right in the roof. What a nice fish. This has been, hands down, no question about it, my favorite day on the ice so far, 2018. Fishing with a couple of great guys and just a non-stop bite. Let that guy go. So I want to show you how to set these iFish Pros for perch. You know, when you're fishing a big bait, like a big sucker minnow, what I'll do is I'll just show you here without the rod in place. When you're fishing a big sucker minnow, you take this adjustable trigger and you'd put it way to the back of this trigger post. And what that does is it means that the fish has to hit pretty hard to actually get the flag to trip. I mean, you can see I got a beat on it pretty good. You know, eventually a big pike or a big walleye, he won't care. He'll do that. But now for a perch, what you want to do is you set it right out towards the outside. And if you do it right, you'll actually see part of the pin sticking out the edge of that trigger post. And it is ever so light. That way when the perch comes by, all you got to do is just barely touch it. Up comes the flag. Pretty obvious if you've used the iFish Pros more than a few times, but it's one of those things, if you're new to that product, you definitely want to keep that in mind. Set that trigger depending on the size of the fish that you're targeting. Very light for your bluegills, your crappies, your perch, and you can actually set it pretty heavy if you're using a large sucker minnow for big pike. And right now, I need a shiner minnow.
In-Depth Outdoors, Spot on the Spot ID.
On today's Spot on the Spot ID, we're going to try to give you some ideas of where to look to find some of these perch on the Mississippi River. I mean, obviously, it's a huge body of water. When you look at some of the scenery in today's footage, you'll notice that the actual area that we're fishing is 2+ miles wide. But we're really only limited to a very small area that's going to hold these perch. And I'm going to give you some ideas on what to look for. So, number one thing when you're fishing in the winter for these perch is just have to kind of come to the understanding that they're really not going to put up with a lot of current. So here you can see the main channel. This is going to be very sketchy ice in this area. Got a lot of current, a lot of flow. Very rarely will you have enough ice where you could cross that main channel with any kind of wheeled vehicle or even a snowmobile. So knowing that we need to target areas where those perch can get out of the strong current in the winter, we're going to start looking towards some backwater areas. And backwaters are a very general term to any area off the main channel, and they can be rather expansive. And as you can see in this map, you've got lots of barrier islands that really control the flow coming in and off the main channel. And a little flow is good in the winter. That provides oxygen, it provides some nutrients for the bait fish that the perch are going to feed on. And it will also provide areas of depth that as that water moves through the backwaters, it keeps things from silting in. You can see the little channels down this map. Coming off the main channel there, the current keeps that deep.
However, in the winter, it's going to be too much current. So where you're going to look is on the back side of these islands. You're looking for depths in the 4 to 10 foot range. Very rarely will you find 10 foot of water in a backwater complex like this unless you're in very strong current. And finally, you're looking for healthy weed growth. We were fishing over the tops of some very significant weed patches in the area that we were targeting today. Not all of it was healthy and green. Some of it had died off for the season. But what we found was those river shiners were just packed in and around those weeds, and that's what was drawing the perch. So if you can keep this in mind, looking for perch on the Mississippi River, stay off the main channel. Way too much current. It's also a very risky place to try to navigate. You're going to be in the backwaters. You want to stay away from really shallow, stagnant water. That water in that 1, 2, 3, 4 foot of water doesn't very often have these huge numbers of perch that we're looking for. And look for weed growth. Even if it's weed growth from the last season, not all the weeds we were fishing around today were healthy and green. A lot of them have died off. But the shiners, those river shiners, were still packed in those areas, and that brought the perch. So keep these ideas in mind. I know they're going to help you get in on what is a fantastic perch bite here on the Mississippi River.
Brandel GM in Aiken, Minnesota's only haggle-free Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealer, is a proud sponsor of In-Depth Outdoors TV. Our Brandel value price ensures that you don't have to spend your entire day haggling to get a great deal. And every new vehicle comes with our exclusive gimmick-free lifetime powertrain warranty. Whether you're in need of service, sales, parts, or body shop repair, stop by our state-of-the-art facility in Aiken or visit us 24/7 at brandelgm.com.
Looking for the perfect fishing vacation? Leech Lake, Minnesota. There's over 112,000 acres of water to explore with fantastic walleye, bass, pike, panfish, and trophy muskies. The fishing opportunities are endless. Leech Lake has it all with over 30 resorts, lodges, campgrounds, and hotels line its pristine shores. Plan your trip. It's Minnesota's original up north vacation destination.
Markham's new pocket-sized handheld underwater cameras, the Recon 5 and 5 Plus, use a 5-inch color display to deliver superior screen detail and employ a combination of dark water LED and infrared lighting to punch through the darkness. The Recon 5 Plus adds a built-in DVR and on-screen display for critical information, previously only available on full-sized underwater viewing systems. This winter, see what you've been missing with a Recon from Markham Technologies, the undisputed leader in underwater cameras.
I got one.
Good one?
Really nice fish. Absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. Nice chunky. And it swallowed it. Great fish. Back you go.
2.9 feet of water. Come on, loose. Come loose. Ugh. Here we go. That's a nice one. Chubby, buddy. Took that one back 2/3 of the bait. I haven't switched all day long. I know the other guys are working a little harder than me today or something. They got jigging wraps back on. They're catching fish. I don't think it really matters. They're just gorgeous fish. These orange fins are almost like a red. And it's always that way with these river fish. Now I gotta get this thing unpinned here. That is a really nice fish. There we go. That wasn't so bad. I'll fire him back. See you later.
There we go. There's a good fish. Cow. Holy cow. There is a tank. Oh my. I just switched up to a number 6 rip and wrap. I had a ton of lookers and really, I guess nothing's too big for these fish. What a giant. Man.
That thing was casting a huge shadow across your chest.
That.
I gotta know how long that thing is.
Holy cow.
That's the fattest fish of the day.
That is a heifer.
Koonce, what do you feed him around here? That's a legit
What you got there, boss?
14.5-inch fish.
What?
Yes.
I just said that was 16. Oh, look at the belly on that booger.
I can't
That's
believe
amazing.
that he belted that number 6 ripper.
Wow.
Go big or go home.
I guess
I
so.
heard somebody say that earlier.
Wow.
Look at the belly.
This is by far the best day of perch fishing I've ever had.
This is awesome.
If this continues to improve, this fishery, I mean, this will be a destination for the perch guys. You know, that's always been Devil's Lake and, you know, all the Dakota lakes. Never would have thought of Mississippi
Mighty
River.
Mississippi.
You got something good here, Dave.
Yeah.
This is awesome. The tail is physically too small to propel a fish that big.
It seems that way. Just waddle him through the water.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. That is awesome.
Excellent.
Good job, dude.
I got some number 7s over there somewhere.
Maybe we need to give it a whirl.
Cut a trough and let's troll husky jerks.
Oh, what a fish. Go make some babies. Awesome. I cannot believe the size of some of these perch. Awesome day.
So that brings us to the end of what has been the best day of perch fishing I've ever seen. From a consistency of the bite standpoint, those fish started biting the moment our feet got out of the hovercraft, and they kept biting till the sun was on the horizon. The numbers of fish, incredible. I've never seen anything quite like it before. And what we saw on the top end size, I'm telling you, these perch are as big as any perch I've ever seen caught anywhere. So keep the Mississippi River in mind if you're looking for your next perch fishing destination. Now, before we go, I want to say a huge thanks to Dave Koonce and PJ Vick. They put a lot of time and effort into getting on a bite that really was able to show the best of what this perch fishery has to offer. Like I said, this is the best perch fishing I've ever personally witnessed. From a number standpoint, and of course the top end size was absolutely mind-blowing. So I look forward to doing it again very soon. Now, for anyone interested in fishing and filming an episode of In-Depth Outdoors TV with me and the other hosts of In-Depth Outdoors, make sure you go to our homepage at indepthoutdoors.com, look for the Dream Trip giveaway graphic. Click on that and make sure you get entered. We're going to be drawing the winner the second week of May. So from all of us here at In-Depth Outdoors, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
For more info on the latest fish reports, gear recommendations, and hottest techniques, connect with us online at indepthoutdoors.com or follow us on Facebook at In-Depth Outdoors. And if you enjoyed today's show, be sure to let our sponsors know.